If you work in an international corporation, it's inevitable to be approached by your employee at some point for a career growth and development discussion, or even a promotion discussion. In this video, we will talk about how to discuss career growth with your employee, and we will share the main steps to help you through this process. The roadmap that we will share has mainly 6 steps that you can adapt to meet to your needs, situations, and ideas. Hi, I'm Tati Fittipaldi, and in this channel we make videos to help global executives lead internationally while creating happier and more profitable workplaces. Let's start talking about the 6 steps global executives can use to help their employees in their career and growth development. Step number 1, prepare for the conversation. Set up a convenient date for both of you. If they work remotely or in a different country, double check the time zone so it's adequate for both of you. And also think about video options. Face-to-face conversations are much better for these kinds of topics, even if virtually. Read through past reviews and their current accomplishments. In other words, take time to prepare. Also, take some time to draft notes of what you want to tell them during the meeting. Create an outline or checklist with a structure and what you want to cover. Prepare for their questions. If they are smart, they are going to ask you for feedback, and you'll want to provide a constructive feedback. If you want to learn how to provide feedback with emotional intelligence, you can watch this video next. Step 2, manage expectations. Be honest about what they can expect. This means that if they asked you for a meeting, but you need to talk to HR first to draw some data from the system, for example, then tell them how much time you need before setting up a date for the conversation. So be explicit about when they can expect to have this conversation by. Tell them up front if there is a standard process for this discussion or not, and if yes, what it is, what the format is, and what's the usual duration. You don't want your employee coming into a session that they think will last for a full hour when you will only be able to provide 30 minutes. Let them also know what they will need to bring for the conversation. Step 3, start the discussion with a performance conversation. From your perspective, provide an overview of your employee's strengths, development opportunities, and key stakeholders' perspectives. You will have to coach your employees that how stakeholders view them can be a make or break in terms of opportunities. You can tell them this is like thriving to be on the good side of their fiancé's mom. They won't marry the mom, but the mom's good opinion of them will help them in their relationship. The same way, stakeholders can help them with career opportunities. Suggest that your employees take an attitudinal assessment like the Energy Leadership Index assessment. This is to see how they can improve, how they show up, and how their executive presence looks like. Your ELI provider can even provide a 360-degree version of this assessment to help your employee clearly understand how their attitudes are perceived across the organization and zero in on development actions. If you want to learn what the Energy Leadership Index assessment is, you can watch this video next. Ask your employee about their view in regard to their performance to see if you and them have any perception gaps. For example, they might think they are very assertive, while you think that they really need to focus on becoming more assertive if they want to be considered for new positions. If your employee is smart, they will ask you questions which you already prepared for in the previous step. If you want to know which questions I suggest them make, you can watch this video and refer to their step 3. Step 4, talk about goals, opportunities, and metrics. Listen, sometimes employees want promotions for the wrong reasons. They don't have a career goal in mind, they have a desire. For example, they might desire a promotion because they desire the pay and the status of a certain job position or title. When you help your employees define a career goal, you help them understand their career path, what they have to pursue to help them achieve their career goal. Sometimes a lateral move will be far more worth than a promotion for them, and then a promotion in the new vertical of that lateral move will be more aligned with their goal. For example, you have a sales rep who desires to become an account manager. Upon a career growth discussion though, you understand that they love working with product management and securing new opportunities for its product. They would be far better suited to make a lateral move to a product specialist role, then grow into the product manager role within the commercial department. So help your employees set a career goal so they can build a career path that makes sense within their values, strengths, and joys. Talk about the existing opportunities in the company and how each opportunity would or would not be aligned with their strengths, skill sets, and growth needs. Some of these opportunities are short-term assignments, long-term assignments, international assignments, and special multifunctional projects, either as a collaborator or a spearhead. For example, when I was a CFO for the GE Life Sciences business, a person from another business unit came work under me in a short-term assignment as my controller. This assignment was a job title above her current role in her current unit. It was a learning opportunity for her, and it was a needed help for me as the CFO. Her work was so superb that I ended up hiring her for the controller position officially once the STA was over. A pro tip to give you here is make sure to create a backup plan for every employee, especially for those who are in this phase of growth. Don't wait for their transition to then ask them to create SOPs, videos, and other job descriptive materials. Discuss metrics. What needs to happen for your employee to be able to be promoted to this next career path job? Be real and be realistic. At the beginning of my career, I was told that I would need a second bachelor degree, this time in accounting, and become a CPA in order to be promoted to my next career path. I worked hard for several years on these requirements. Once I checked the box on all these things, not only did my manager not promote me, but he came up with new metrics that I would have to meet if I wanted to be considered for that job title I was seeking. I ended up leaving him and finding work somewhere else because I felt so betrayed. So make sure you are very straightforward and honest, not only with your employee but also with yourself. If they check all the things that you tell them to do, will they really be promotable? Think about all the promotability requirements they need to meet. This is a very sensitive aspect of a career growth conversation, and you are at risk of losing your good employee if you don't handle this with transparency and authenticity. If you are having trouble in listing these requirements, partner with your HR business partner to check the job description for the job title your employee wants to be promoted to, and jot down any other requirements that come up in your minds as to what they also have to get done or work on. You will use this list in the framework in the next step. Step 5. Create a career development framework. It's easy in these types of conversations to get our unconscious bias interfere with our talk. For example, did you know that studies show that we promote and favor more people that look like us? So avoid unconscious biases. Leave me a comment below if you want me to make a video on a topic of unconscious biases and how to deal with them. Standardize the process. If you do this kind of career conversation with one employee, make sure to do this with all of them. The same conversation structure, time spent, and so on. So standardize the process if your company has not done already so. Use a career growth blueprint. If your company does not have its own career plan framework, to use with your employees in this kind of session, then buy one in the market. I will leave a link to my career growth and development plan blueprint in the description below. If you have a valuable employee, hire an executive coach to work with them for 6 months to help them develop skills, take action on growth opportunities, and build executive presence. Enroll your employees in soft skills training for which they have any gaps in. If they are a strategic employee for the company's succession plan, you can also enroll them in the Global Executive Leadership Program. If you have an interest in checking a good development program such as this, I will leave a link in the description below. Step 6. Follow up and follow through. As you noticed, talking about career growth with your employee is not exactly a one-time event. You will probably need multiple conversations, and you will need to use manager coaching skills to help them make progress. So make sure to set up follow-up sessions. For each session, go back to step 2 and manage your employees' expectations. What do you expect them to have done prior to the next session? What's their homework? What's your homework? Is there any budget commitment from the company or from your employee? Make sure to address all these things and send an email after each session with the outline of what was discussed and which are the actions from each of the sides before the next session. If you defined a 360 with your employee, set a side meeting just to discuss the results and how to address them. If your employee enrolled in training or executive training, set a cadence for meetings to discuss what they are learning and how they plan to apply this learning. This can be every other week, every month, quarterly, depending on their training. If you hired an executive coach for them to help them develop, set follow-up meetings with your employee to discuss how far they have made progress with their coach and if they need any support or resource. Do you need a career growth and development plan framework? You can use my blueprint, which is a step-by-step career growth and development plan workbook for leaders who have the passion and will to succeed, but need a little structuring and step-by-step guidance when putting this plan and actions together. I will leave the link in the description below. There you go, global leader. Now you know how to structure a career growth conversation with your employees. I'm Tati Fittipaldi, and if you like this video, give me a like and share this video with other people that might need it. And if you saw value in this video, consider subscribing to this channel. Thank you so much for watching. Hey, I want to tell you one more thing. You are a global leader. The question is, do you have all the skills that you need to succeed? I'd love to help. I save my very best tips for my subscribers. Subscribe for free at coachingexpatriates.com. I know your inbox is sacred, so I promise I will send you emails that you will love.